will draw you out. Rocks! To up!
It's almost time for this year's annual release of Assassin's Creed. This will be the 16th entry since 2007 and the 9th main chapter in the series. Franchise fatigue has become an issue, and after the tumultuous launch of Unity last year, the pressure is palpable for Ubisoft to deliver a quality product. Thankfully, our recent hands-on time with the upcoming Syndicate was promising. Set in 1868 London during the Industrial Revolution, this marks the first time, not including the present-day Abstergo segments, that Assassin's Creed is set primarily in a near-modern era.
Industrial Revolution was a really exciting period because we were close to the French Revolution of Assassin's Creed Unity, but with just those 100 years, the world had changed dramatically.
Steam trains, stagecoaches, and more powerful weaponry are appropriately associated with the time. At the beginning of the story, the assassins are all but wiped out, while the whole of London is directly controlled by the powerful Templars. It's up to new series protagonists Jacob and Evie Fry to dismantle the Templars one borough at a time in gangland warfare.
Stop!
Jacob and Evie can be switched to at any time during free roam and before setting out on side missions. Some of the main missions require playing as a specific character.
So it started from the idea that we wanted to tell a story that had two angles to it. We wanted to have one that was a little more chaotic and a little more the player-created chaos aspect, and then one that followed the creed more, that was more pure assassin, true master assassin. And the two characters sort of developed organically together to fill those roles, and then as we developed Evie and Jacob, they got better and better and more interesting, and their interactions became more and more interesting.
Evie is stealth-oriented, while Jacob is a frontline fighter, and each has their own dedicated skill tree that can be upgraded over time. While both characters can be tailored to your specific playstyle, it's more advantageous to work towards each of their master skills, like Evie's enhanced stealth. It's hard to tell this early on how well the skill trees are implemented, but we appreciate having two heroes with different strengths and weaknesses. It also helps emphasize each of their personalities throughout the story.
I have something of a favor to ask you.
Can you fix this?
One of the more important gameplay additions is the rope launcher that allows for easy traversal across great distances.
Because we had the tallest buildings ever in Assassin's Creed and the widest streets ever, so we really needed to give the player a tool to get across those and up to those tall buildings, and the rope launcher really nailed it for us.
On the surface, it may look similar to Batman's grappling hook from the Arkham series, but it's awkward to compare the two. The rope launcher requires much more precision to find a suitable grapple point versus the run-and-gun flow with Batman. Sometimes, the rope didn't take us where we wanted to go, and we're concerned it might make certain missions too easy, but we won't see its overall influence until we play the final game. Another notable addition is horse-drawn carriages, which make the game feel like Grand Theft Auto at times. Getting into one of these machines is empowering, and they can be destructively chaotic. It can be jarring to see pedestrians not react to a stampeding carriage trampling people to death, but they're still an amusing diversion from climbing on buildings. They make getting around town more manageable and play into new kidnapping side quests, where you can take gang members hostage to extract information. One of the more welcome but subtle changes is the architectural variety in each of the different boroughs throughout London. From the beautiful House of Parliament in central London to the business districts and slums of Whitechapel, the sense of discovery promises to continue through the entire game as you enter higher-level locations. London is a vast and beautiful place, and knowing how different each location feels has us itching to explore the rest of the city, a feeling we haven't had since sailing the open seas as Edward Kenway.
Confound this city! No one looks where they're going!
Yes, I've noticed that.
Bloody Drood! I'll never finish it at this rate. Only Providence knows where those words are headed now.
This detail also translates to mission variety. The ultimate goal is to take London back from Templar control with the help of a few supporting characters like Charles Dickens and your own personal gang of rooks. You can recruit gang members on the street to accompany you on certain quests, and as you gain more control, you can level them up through their own separate skill tree. Each supporting character hosts a different set of side quests, from kidnapping opposing gang members to winning matches in the Fight Club. By tying side quests to individual characters, they don't feel as disjointed as they were in Unity. Combat has been slightly modified, but it can still devolve into the same button mashing seen in previous games. Enemies now have levels, similar to an RPG, and high-level foes are nearly unbeatable. While it may feel like a cheap tactic to hamstring your character, the 3-button system of attack, counter, and stun can still be easily exploited. However, it forces you to be more careful about which areas you attempt to infiltrate. It also puts an emphasis on stealth, as some early missions force you to sneak into high-level areas. With another month until its release, Assassin's Creed Syndicate feels more polished and diverse than Unity. The city of London is a beautiful playground full of gorgeous architecture and complex missions. The two lead characters have a wonderful chemistry together, and we can't wait to see their ultimate fate on October 23rd. Stay tuned for even more Syndicate coverage leading up to launch day.